Hi guys, it's Bimerzen with another video. Today I am changing the power steering fluid on this E46 BMW. Now my model is a compact version, which means it was only produced for European and some other markets, so you don't have them in Americas. But this procedure should be the same on all E46s. They all have power steering pumps for the steering wheel. And this car is now 19 years old and I've owned it for 9 years and I've never done a power steering fluid flush, so I think this is definitely the time to do it. And as you can see, I have N42 engine. This is not the M54, but the procedure should be basically the same. The only difference is that the power steering fluid tank is underneath this cover, so we will have to remove it. Now there are two ways of doing this. One is the easiest way. It is just to pump out the old fluid from the tank and put in new fluid, and then rotate the wheel from lock to lock a couple of times so that the old fluid is diluted with the new fluid, and then repeat the procedure a couple of times. So this is not the best way. There is another way that you can do it, but you have to disconnect the hose that goes from the steering pump into the tank. That way you can prevent the old fluid getting back into the system. Now the first way is the easiest, but you will need a bit more power steering fluid. And the second way is much more effective but complicated because you have to remove a clamp that you have to replace later, so it's one-time use only. I've decided to go with the first way because my power steering works without any issues. There are slight leaks, but nothing too major. I am going to use this 1 liter bottle, and this is the Meyle brand. I've cross-referenced with the OEM numbers, so this should be the right fluid. As you can see, this is the ATF II D/3, and this should be the right fluid for my system, but in any case, you should definitely check your owner's manual or the internet to make sure that you are using the right fluid. There is also a sign on the tank cap that says which fluid you need to use. So in my case, the fluid is red, so ATF fluid, and this should be okay. So in my case, because I have N42 engine, I have to first remove this cover here, and I do this by using side cutting pliers to lift this little pin out of the bracket. And now you can just lift this little plastic clip, and you can do the same thing on the other side and just pull out this air intake. Once you do that, you can easily see and access the power steering fluid tank. The first thing you will have to do is just make sure everything is cleaned up. The best way is to just use a little bit of brake clean and spray it all over the cap, and try and wash away as much dirt as you can. As you can see, I've already did this. So the trick to this is you don't introduce any dirt or foreign particles into the fluid. That way all the components will last much longer. This is especially stressed in the BMW manual, so don't contaminate your fluid and you should be okay. So as you can see, this cap is nice and clean. If I remove it, I can now check the level, which is okay, and the fluid itself doesn't look too bad. And if I check here, I can see that it says ATF oil only, so this is what we have to look out for. Make sure you use the right fluid for the system. To get the old fluid out, you can use a syringe or a turkey baster, or you can use a tool like this. This is a vacuum extractor. It is primarily meant for bleeding or extracting the brake fluid from the brakes, but I'm going to use it in my case for extracting old ATF fluid from the system. So this tool works with the help of compressed air that is attached via this hose, and when you open the valve, the air comes out of this air filter, and that creates under pressure inside this container. So this is basically creating vacuum. It works similarly to the airbrush. So the air is blowing out here and it creates vacuum underneath. You can see that we have a hose here, and we can use this hose to dip it into the tank and extract fluid. As I stated before, make sure you have everything nice and clean. I've cleaned the hose and I keep it in a plastic container so it doesn't get any dirt on it, and this should be nice and clean. Now it's time to extract the old fluid. Okay, we have our extracting hose here. As you can see, there's nothing special here, just a tube. And I'm going to dip it into the tank. And now I'm going to open the valve and we should see fluid being extracted. Here it goes. We have almost all of the fluid extracted. So as you can see, this thing does look quite old. It should be nice and clear. So definitely time to change the fluid. When you're done, if you are using this tool, just activate the valve and make sure that you suck all of the fluid out of the hose. Like this. And now we can extract the fluid from the container by unscrewing the cap and putting it into disposable container. Just when you do that, make sure that you dispose of this fluid correctly to the designated spot. Don't just pour it out because, you know, environment. While disposing of the old fluid, I keep this part of the hose in the container so it stays clean. Make sure you get out as much fluid as you can. Now it's time to put in the new fluid, and as you can probably see, I've taken out a few deciliters of the fluid from the container so it will be easier to pour. I am not using a funnel here. Even the BMW does not recommend using a funnel just to prevent contamination. So I'm just going to try and be really careful and pour in the right amount of new ATF fluid. Okay, I don't want to overdo it. Now I'm going to take the cap and check the level. As you can see, we are right on the top mark, maybe a little bit less, but not a problem. So we have the new fluid in. As you can see, this is nice and pink. Now I am going to start the engine and rotate the steering wheel from lock to lock 2 times on each side, and that should cause the fluid to circulate through the system. And then we are going to repeat the procedure, so we're going to pump out the old fluid and put new fluid in, and then we're going to check for the correct fluid level. So let's just get on with it. Okay, so we've moved the steering wheel a couple of times from lock to lock. That should recirculate the fluid. Now it's time to open up the cap again and repeat the process. So I'm going to use the extractor once more. I am going to take it out from the clean bag, and I'm going to insert it and open the valve on the extractor. Okay, so I will probably have to empty out the container and draw out some more fluid. I'm going to empty the container. Now I'm going to put in more of the new fluid. You don't want to overfill it. Just take your cap, screw it in all the way and check the level. So I still have to put in some more fluid. Make sure that your car is nice and level when you are doing this job, because you have to have an accurate reading. Okay, so now it is a bit too much, but that shouldn't be a problem, because we are going to suck it out some more after we repeat the procedure with turning the steering wheel from lock to lock. And I'm going to do that now. Okay, time to repeat the process. And now it's time to top up the level to the appropriate height. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to approximate how much I need to put there. And I'm going to check. You check by screwing the cap all the way in and pulling it all the way out. So as you can probably see, my level is not at the top mark. So the top edge is your maximum level and the bottom edge here is your minimum level. If your fluid gets to the minimum level, then you probably have an issue. So it should stay at the max level. Now the max level is specified at 20 degrees, so this is the normal temperature. If you are running a hot system, so your car was running and you are checking the fluid, it might go up to 1 centimeter higher than your max level. So the operating fluid, the temperature is about 50 to 60 degrees, and since the whole system kind of expands, you will get 1 centimeter higher level. So when you are checking the level, make sure that the car is on level ground and that it is cold or normal temperature, about 20 degrees, and this is how you determine the correct level. So the trick is that if your system is hot and you see that the level is 1 centimeter above the max level, you would be tempted to drain off a little bit of the fluid, but that is definitely wrong. The manual states explicitly you should not do that. So just keep that in mind, that when the system is hot, the level might be up to 1 centimeter higher than the max level. So now I'm going to put a little bit more of the fluid in, and I'm going to check again. Okay, so now you can probably see that my level is a bit higher. So I will take out just a little bit of the fluid, and that should do it. Since the fluid is warm to the touch, I will just let it sit until it cools down, and then I'm going to do my final level adjustment. So now I'm going to clean everything up so we don't leave any of the excess fluid on the tank. You can use some brake clean to finish up, and all you have to do when you're done setting the correct level is just put back the intake manifold for the air, and you're done. Okay, so here we can see a couple of different flushes, and here is the first one. So this is before I've put any of the new fluid in, and as you can see it's quite dark and doesn't look very well. And then we have the second flush. It is a little bit better, but still quite dark. Then we have the third flush, and you can see that it is a bit nicer, but it is still kind of dark, so not the best. And this is a completely new fluid, so this is what I put in. And as you can see, after 3 flushes I still have quite dark fluid, and I wish I had more of this hydraulic fluid. Maybe I will purchase another bottle and do another flush. I don't know, I'll see. But for now, this is the third flush, and the last flush should be even cleaner. And yeah, I hope it is okay. So top tip, make sure you have at least 2 liters of new fluid so you can flush the system thoroughly. But in my case, this is something between this and this is what I have right now. So I hope, guys, that this was a useful video for you, and if you like content like this, you can subscribe for more videos on E46 and E85 platforms. Thanks for watching, and remember, keep Zen and continue the art of BMW maintenance.